In this video, I'd like to share a few tips that we can use when playing minor 2-5-1s, which in gospel is sometimes known as a 7-3-6. Now, if we're in the key of C major, this simply means that we're playing a B minor 7 flat 5, which is the 7, an E7, which is the 3, and then an A minor 7, which is the 6, right? If we're thinking in terms of A minor, that would be the minor 2 to the 5, and then the 1. But let's think in terms of 7-3-6 to keep it in terms of C major. One thing that we can do is use diminished seventh chords as a way of enhancing the voicings for this 7-3-6 progression. And really quickly, a diminished seventh chord is formed simply by taking whichever note that we want to form it on. Let's say C. We go up by 3 half steps from C. That's our next note. 3 more half steps. That gives us a C diminished. And if we go 3 more half steps from there, we get a C diminished seventh. Now, how can we use this with this progression, the 7-3-6? For the 7 and the 3, what we're going to do, instead of playing a half diminished or a minor 7 flat 5 chord, let's think about this chord as a dominant chord, right? A B7. Now, from here, whenever we have a dominant chord, we can change the voicing by playing a diminished seventh, starting from the 3, starting from the 5, or starting from the minor 7th. And one last option is starting from the minor 9th, which would be a half step to the right or up from the root note. So what does this mean? Let's say we're playing a B7. We can add on the right hand, starting from the 3, which is E flat and E flat, diminished seventh chord. That gives us this type of voicing. We can also just invert this diminished seventh, which simply means that now we're starting it from the 5 of B, which is F sharp. And it's a different type of voicing. We can continue doing that from the minor 7th, which is A. And like I said before, we can even do it from the minor 9th, which is C. So we have 4 different voicings that we can use for the 7. Now the same applies for the 3, which is E7, because it's again a dominant chord. So we can play something like this, like this, like this, or like this. 4 different options that we have. Now the cool thing about this is that we can mix and match the voicings. For example, we're playing a 7-3-6 in C major, right? That's the regular way. But now we can do this. Now the cool thing about this version of this progression is that I'm not moving my right hand very much, right? We're playing this inversion of B7 using the diminished chord up here. And all I do to get to the 3, which is E, is move this diminished chord a half step to the left, chromatically down, right? Right? This goes down here. So this is for the 7. This is for the 3. And then we land on the 6. And obviously the possibilities are endless. We can combine something like this. The cool thing is that we can sort of keep that same technique of just going down chromatically whenever we start on the 7, right? In this case, I'm voicing the diminished 7th chord starting from the minor 9th, which is C of B. And all I do is move it down chromatically to a B diminished 7th, and that'll be for my 3 chord on E. And then I land on the 6th chord, which is A minor. Okay. Okay. We have so many options now. What else can we do? Sorry, it would be something like Alright, so how can we use this within a song? The song that came to mind was I Love You Forever by Ty Tribbett. Let's play it in the key of C for simplicity, right? The song goes from the 4 . So we're going from the 4 to the 6. Before getting to the 6, we can include the 7, 3, 6, almost like a passing chord to get us to that 6. But instead of playing, I love you forever, I love you, we can do something like this. I love you forever. Oops. I love you forever, I love you. Right? 7, 3, 6. Now something cool that we can also do is, instead of playing the root note with the chord, we can sort of make it a rootless type of voicing. It would sound something like this. And all I'm doing is removing the root, right? Instead of playing this B7, I take off the B, then the next chord would be an E7. I remove the E. So far we have. And then the last chord is the 6th chord, which we can play rootless or include the root if we want. Now, cool thing, if we notice, is that this movement right here is just going down chromatically. All of the notes go down chromatically, simplifying the progression that we're playing. And we land on the 6.